family. It is hump day. And there's snow on the ground, guys. Like, not a lot, but still. There's some on the ground. And I thought me and God had an understanding that we were, like, just going to skip the snow. Because, like, it's so late into January at this point. Like, it's not even in January. It's February. It's the first day of Black History Month. Come on. Like, we could have skipped this. We didn't need this. It's only like, what, one more month of winter left? We don't need this. I hope this is all we get, because I just really, of all the seasons, winter is my least favorite, and it is because of the snow. Oh. Like, now I got to spend extra time, let my car warm up, because all the ice that was on it, like, it's too much. It's too much. But yeah. So, I don't really have anything special planned for this month. Like, at all. I guess I should really think of something, but I don't have anything special planned for this month. Like, today is my usual split day, go to work from 9 to 12, and then leave to come home and, like, bullshit for like 4 hours. And then at 5, log back in to do my 4 hours of nightly training for my job. So I'm really only going to work today to just send emails to volunteers like, hey, can you grab an extra shift? Because we got a lot of gaps. And we need somebody to cover them. So that's what my day is going to consist of. Which, honestly, I don't mind it, because it's easy money at the end of the day. Easy money. But yeah, I didn't tell y'all about my day yesterday. I gotta get gas too. But so at work, like, steady doing all the things, checking back and forth between the Excel spreadsheets of, like, these are the gaps that we have in the schedule, and so I need to email this volunteer about these days and all this kind of stuff. But then, so I'm doing that, and I originally was going to take lunch at 12:30, but then I got so caught up in doing my work that I completely let 12:30 go by. 1:30 comes around, I'm like, all right, I'm definitely going to take my lunch right now. It's a good stopping point. I'm going to take my lunch. So I leave to take my lunch. I'm in my car in the parking lot talking to Big Thomas, because he texts me like all crazy, like, oh, the boys can't play on the Xbox anymore because they just sent me a picture of Tom Tom's report card and he got 2 C's and an F for the first marking period. And I'm like, what? How is that even possible? Because the boy made the honor roll. Like, he has the whole certificate and everything to prove that he made the honor roll. How you can't make the honor roll with 2 C's and an F. So he's like, well, this don't make no sense. I don't understand. And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't understand either. But calm down. Okay, calm down. So we ended up calling Thomas and figuring out, like, it was some, I guess, 2 or 3 homework assignments that he didn't complete or fully turn in or something like that. So it was interim assessments. I have no idea what that means, but that's what they were. It was 3 separate interim assessments, and that was the grade that he got on the assessments because he didn't either complete the assignments or he didn't turn them in. So that was like the little grade they put on that. But it wasn't his grade that he actually got in the class, because he ended up, like I said, making the honor roll. So once everybody calmed down and we figured out that it really wasn't an issue or a problem at all, we somehow get on the topic of the boys' beds. Because remember I told y'all, all right, car is warmed up enough. Which way am I driving to work today? I like to switch it up. Keep the people guessing. But somehow the topic of the boys' beds came up. And Thomas was like, oh, I'm going to send you the tracking information. Make sure you check it. You know what? I'm going to check it right now. Because at first he told me that the beds were going to be coming on Thursday of this week. So I was waiting for Thursday. And so when he checked the tracking, like, he texted me the tracking information for both the boys' beds. And when he checked the tracking information, he was like, oh, shit, it said they were delivered today. Like an hour ago. All right, come on, cars. So I'm like, all right, like, it's nothing. my job is only, what, 19 minutes, according to Google Maps. It's only 19 minutes away from my job, so it's cool, whatever. I'll pick up lunch as I'm driving home. So when I get to the apartment, lo and behold, there they are. 2 huge boxes at my door, like taking up the sidewalk. Like, I don't think I've ever shown you guys like the sidewalk of my house, but you know how it has like the singular sidewalk and then it splits off to go to the 2 doors, the 2 different apartment doors. Well, these 2 huge boxes are taking up basically the whole little, like, the junction before, like, the sidewalk split to go to the 2 doors. It's taking that whole area up. So I'm like, all right, it's just me. Here I am in my work clothes, like my blazer, all this. I'm going to have to try to get these things in the house and up the steps by myself. So the first box, I can already tell, is Thomas's bed. And oh my gosh, my kids love loft beds. So they both got a loft bed. Theo's is shorter. It's a junior loft bed, so it's not that high, but it has a slide that comes with it. At least I think so. That was the one Theo picked out. That was the picture that I sent to his dad, along with the price and the link on Amazon. So whether or not he actually ordered that bed or he went his own way and ordered something else, we won't know, so we open up that box. But, all right, that box wasn't that bad, but that was on the bottom. The heavy box was on the top, and that is Tom Tom's bed, which is a high loft bed because it has a desk area at the bottom portion of it, where like the first bunk bed would be. It has a desk area there, so it has like the desk ledge, and it's like super high and all this. So I'm like, all right, this box is so heavy, I can't do this by myself. So I managed to like push it off of the second box. So I pushed the first box off the second box, managed to like stand it up and then walk it inside of the house. Which way? Okay, I'm going down my neighbor. I almost forgot which way I was driving for a second. Managed to walk it inside of the house to where the first landing before you start walking up the steps to get to the first level of my apartment. And I'm like trying to like slide it up the steps. I'm like, all right, it's a box. My steps have carpet. Let me just make sure the box is on the carpet portions. And we can do this like we did when I moved in. How we just took my dressers, turned them upside down, and pushed them right on up the steps. And it was easy peasy. We didn't really have to worry about carrying it until it was time to carry it to the next set of steps. But no, baby. Not by myself. It was not moving. I could not get that box to slide up those steps for anything. So after struggling with that for like 5 minutes, I was like, you know what? This is still my lunch break. I'm not trying to be late getting back to work. So I'm just gonna leave it on this first, like at the bottom of the steps, sit it up against the wall, and just pray and hope to God that it doesn't like tip over and fall, and then I'm not able to get back in the house because this giant heavy box is in the way. So then I go back outside. So I lean it up against the wall, go back outside, do the same thing with the second box, but the second box is lighter, so that definitely lets me know that it's Theo's bed. So that was easier. Managed to get that one, walk it into the house, and then like next to the first box, because the first box is up against the wall like this, so I managed to lean the second box up against the wall by the steps like this. So one is leaning and the other one is just standing straight up. I really hope that they don't knock each other over and then I can't get into the house, because those boxes are insane. Like, God bless the Amazon worker who had to get those things off of their truck by themselves, because, whoa, buddy. But yeah, that was my day. And then it was jumping back in the car once I got things in the house. I had to run upstairs, grab like a snack out of the pantry, because that was my lunch. Because, of course, I didn't pack lunch. And then I didn't stop to pick anything up because I didn't want to be late getting back to work. So I had Nutty Bars for lunch yesterday. That was my lunch. It was very healthy and nutritious. So proud of myself. But the boys now have their beds, and their mattresses are still on the way. So yeah, slowly but surely everything is a coming together. And then both the kids are home from school today because they have to quarantine quarantine due to one of my coworkers testing positive. So she came to work on Friday and was like hacking up a lung. And she had already taken some days off because she didn't feel good. And then she came for like Thursday and Friday and was just like coughing like crazy all day. But like I was like, okay, you know, of course nobody's wearing masks because we all let that go. So I'm like, all right, thought nothing of it. But then Saturday rolls around. After the hike, I get an email from, go, are you going? Go. But yeah, so I get an email. Come on, truck. I get an email from the HR department at my job like, hey, you've been exposed on Friday. According to CDC guidelines, if you don't have any symptoms, you don't have to quarantine. So basically, like, you better be at work. And, you know, you just have to retest in 6 days and all of that stuff. So then when I called the boys' school wasn't trying to hear it. None of that. They was like, no, they're going to need to quarantine for 5 days. And then they can come back. So they can't go back till Thursday. Well, no, not Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Since they found out, and I called the nurse on Monday and told her, because I already figured that they were going to have to quarantine. I honestly thought I was going to have to quarantine too. But no, according to the CDC and my job, they was like, bring that ass here, boy. So I'm going to work. Kids are staying home because the one sensical thing that their school did was like, no, they gotta quarantine. We don't care that they're not sick or they don't feel no kind of way. Still, we just want to rather be safe than sorry. And I can respect that. So the boys can't go back to school till Friday. But here I am, going to work. Yo, adulting is just ridiculous. What's up, family? No question. I just have a quick question. So it's not like what, 12:17 or something like that? 12:07. But I'm leaving work on my way home. So, all right. I just need to. I had to text my old coworkers to ask if I was tripping or not, because currently at my new job, I am the only black person in the office. It is what, so far it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us in the office, and I'm the only black person. There are 3 Hispanic individuals and then 2 Caucasian individuals. But they have this like events board where you like write down the events that are happening, like what's taking place within the company, within the office, like if anyone's doing presentations, like whatever holidays are for the month. And then they normally try to stick to the theme for that month. So like think December, think winter. June, they do the board with a pride theme, since that's Pride Month. September, Hispanic Heritage Month, like all that kind of stuff. So I walk in today, I'm about to, sit down at my computer, I get my coffee working. So my supervisor comes to me, she's like, oh, I need you to come do something for me. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll get back to those emails. And she proceeds to take me in the hallway to the board to be like, hey, so we need for you to now update and do this board for Black History Month. Or you could just get really creative with it and do whatever you want. So at first I was like, okay, that's a little odd, because we have someone who is our, what is it called? Intercultural competency advocate or something like that. They just make up titles. But they're supposed to be like in charge of like diversity in the workplace and all that kind of stuff. We have that person. But normally when I first got there and they showed the board to me, they were like, oh, the intercultural competency person, they normally do this board. And I guess who told me about like all the themes and stuff that they try to do for every month and whatnot. like do anything to the board because that's that person's thing, cool. But now all of a sudden, on the first day of Black History Month, y'all come to me like, hey, you want to do the Black History Month board? And I'm like, well, what happened to the cultural, the competency person? What happened to her? Like, I thought that was her thing, and you don't really touch it because that's her thing. Where did she go? She didn't have a theme or anything to put up for Black History? Like, so the wheels started turning, and I was trying to, like, work it out in my head to just, like, figure out what the heck is happening. But in the moment, I just grinned and bore it. And, all right, okay. Are you pulling him over or not, Mr. Officer, sir? Like, it's a lot happening. That was a lot. Swerving and whatnot in the parking spots. But anywho, so yeah. So still haven't come to a conclusion with my former co-workers as to whether or not I'm tripping or if it was just a brief oversight in the optics of how it all looked from my current co-workers. Because, I mean, I still did the board because I was like, okay, well, as the only Black person in the office, maybe they asked me because they felt like I would do, but then I don't, so I can't even say that they felt like I would do a better job because it's my culture, but like, I'm trying to find it. I'm searching for it, and I'm coming up with nothing. It's why me of all the people. Yeah, I can't find it. Jesus help me find it. So went home. I don't know why, but yesterday I didn't like tell the kids that like their beds came. So I don't know why, but I told them like, hey, your beds came. They're wherever. They're at the bottom of the steps, and they wanted to go to the apartment to get them in their rooms. I think they thought they were gonna put them together today, but I don't got time for that. So that'll be this weekend project. But y'all, when I say we rode the struggle bus straight to the top, taking those heavy behind boxes up 2 flights of steps, baby, I learned some things about myself. One, I have 0 upper body strength. 0 zilch, not a nothing. My arms are useless because, oh, we rode the struggle bus straight to the top. Struggling. Oh, Tom was just like, we need to take a rest. My back, like, baby, my back. It was, we would get the boxes up like 1 step and then go to like readjust ourselves, and it would slide on back down. Like, it was a struggle. So of course I couldn't record that for y'all because it was just, we were struggling hard, real hard. But we did it. We were persistent, because at first when we got it up the first flight of stairs, I was like, all right, that is enough. We've gotten it as far as we can get it because this is too heavy. It's not gonna make it. We're tripping over each other. The thing keeps sliding back down the steps. Like, stop before it puts a hole in the wall. Like, we just gonna have to ask somebody for some assistance. But he was like, no, we got this. We can do this. I was like, okay, I suppose. We did it. Ooh, but it was a struggle. Like, I don't even know another word for struggle right now, but we were struggling. But they're in their rooms, and they're there. They're there. So, thank God for progress. It took us some time. We got to the house at what? 2:20, I want to say. And by the time we got the things up the steps, it was like 3:12. But my Lord, when it comes to my arms, I am weak. I am the weakest link. 0 upper body strength. I need to go to the gym. Like, I was just thinking that the whole time. Like, you need to go to the gym because this is ridiculous. Well, yeah, now we're on our way back home. Because I have my meeting in 54 minutes. And this, everybody going home traffic is ridiculous. But it's better than the highway because they were at a complete standstill. So I'll wait for the lights. It's not a problem. What's up, family? I am leaving work at, 10:20 on a Friday. But my day's not over. No. I am actually leaving work early because I realized that I can just be remote for today. Like, I can go home and do my work from home on my work laptop and my work phone. I don't actually have to be in the office because technically, until I finish my training that I have to do, I can't like meet with clients. I can't answer the hotline phone calls or anything like that. So even if my desk phone does ring, I can't answer it. So there's no reason for me really to be in the office, except I had to come in to grab some pamphlets because one of my coworkers invited me to his presentation that he had yesterday at high school, telling kids about Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, which actually is in the month of whatever this month is, February. So yes, I didn't even know that, but February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. So he invited me to come out to see his presentations. That way I could understand like what goes into giving the presentations, because that is also a part of my job. Once I finish my training and everything, going out and doing presentations to try to like recruit volunteers and things like that. So I was like, all right, cool, bet. So I went yesterday and he taught like 6 different sessions, and I only managed to make it there because I had like other trainings and things in the morning. I only managed to make it there for 3. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. But while I was there, I was actually approached by 5 students who were like, hey, I'm turning 18, graduating this year. I would really like to volunteer. I'm really interested in helping out the program, all that stuff. So I was like, cool. So they put their information in my work phone because with me, like, I was new. I was just supposed to be there to observe. I didn't know that he was going to include me in his presentation and be like, oh, and over there is the sexual violence advocate for our office and for this county. So if you're interested, you can go over there to her and get her information or give her your information, and she'll reach out to you and tell you the next steps in becoming a volunteer. So he did. But I didn't expect that. Like, that wasn't part of the plan. So I didn't bring like anything. I didn't have any pamphlets on me. I didn't have a notebook. Like, the one thing I did have was my work phone. So I just had them put their name and their email addresses in my contacts. And so I had to come into work today to get the pamphlets that I had from the person who had my position prior. Well, actually, the person whose desk I now sit at. She left a whole bunch of pamphlets and things like that. So I went through her giant bag that she left and found some volunteer pamphlets. Why do you keep shifting? Found her volunteer pamphlets. And then once I figured out the scanner, and thankfully another coworker was in the office because I'm not even on like the little, like for the scanner to send what it scanned to your email, you have to be like have a folder registered to that particular scanner. Well, since I'm new, I'm not in the scanner. So thankfully another coworker was there where she was able to just have the things scanned and sent to her email and then email me the things. So now I'm going home because, like I said, I'm going to be remote for the rest of the day. So I'm just going to get on my good old work laptop and use that scanned pamphlet and send it out to the people that I talked to yesterday. And I actually had another 2 sessions today, so I got up really early to go to the first session at the school, which was at 7 o'clock. Oh my gosh. So I was there at 7 o'clock, talked to some more kids. There was only one child this time, but you know, one's better than none. So I'm gonna go home now, and before I have my training, my second training, which is at 11. Why am I braking? This is not a stop sign. Before I have my second training, I'm gonna send out these emails to the kids, because one girl was like dead serious, like, I'm so interested. I tried to like get involved with another organization the last time, and they never reached out or emailed me about anything, and like they kind of dropped the ball. So please email me, call me, whatever. And I was like, I definitely will. Like, she was dead serious. Even as she was walking away and we said our goodbyes, she was like, don't forget to email me and call. So I have to. I wanted to get it done yesterday. It's like show her that I was really serious, and I took her seriously. But again, I didn't have any pamphlets. And what's up, family? So we are at the apartment. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're at the apartment. Okay, go. Take 3. We're at the apartment, right? Starting to put together beds because, like I told y'all, the beds have arrived. So we're gonna start with Theo's because I feel like his is the easier of the two. So we're going to at least put up Theo's today, and then we'll come back another day to put up Tom Tom, because that's for a whole nother video, because I just feel like that box was entirely too heavy, and that bed is a beast. And I don't have the mental capacity for that today. So we're going to do Theo's. I filed my taxes today. Like, yo, adulting sucks so bad. So bad. But yeah, so we're going to put together this bed. Try to put together. I hope it goes as smoothly as I want it to. I will be taking some breaks to finish eating my food because, one, I did not eat breakfast. I had a cup of coffee. So it's now like 2 something, and I'm just now getting a burger and some fries from Burger King. So you'll see me like just dip for a second every little now and then, just so I can get a sip of my soda before it gets like diluted from the ice, and some of my fries before Theo eats all of them, and a bite of my hamburger. Y'all see, just come on.
She's trying to tan right now, you in her way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Of the sun.
Of the sun, yeah. I'm
right. No, those tan sessions. Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
He's mad that his dad didn't get him the loft bed with the slide that I distinctly sent him a picture of and said, hey, this is the bed that Theo wants. Instead, he got this. So, yeah.
She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2, 3 drinks, Mrs. Twerk, she throw it out and come back in. That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own car. She don't need no bitch in a strip club. Know my girl concept, not the twerking. She throw it out and come back in. Best friend, you the baddest and you know it. Oh, girl, I think I booty growing. I get up and I'm never hit them posing. Best friends and you motherfucker growing. Like it's frozen. Oh, I think I put it growing. I get up and I'm never hit the pose. Best friend, you my motherfucking self. That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2, 3 drinks, Mrs. Twerk, she throw it out and come back in. That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own car. She don't need no bitch in a strip club. Know my girl concept, not the twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
My eyes, I'm going out of my
frame together.
Mommy, we need a
For you, my temporary high. When I wake up in bed, so wrap your arms around me for real and tell me you stay by my side. Clouds filled with stars cover the sky, and I hope it rains. You're the perfect lullaby. What kind of dreaming this sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare? Either way, I don't wanna wait. Turn the lights off. Sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Somebody pinch me. Your love's too good. Turn the lights off. My guilty pleasure, I ain't going nowhere. Baby, long as you're here, I'll be floating on air. Could be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Either way, I don't wanna wait. Turn the lights off. Tattoo your name across my heart, so it will remain. Not even death can make us part. It can be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Either way, I don't wanna wait. Turn the lights off. Sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Somebody pinch me. Your love's too good. Turn the lights off. My guilty pleasure, I ain't going nowhere.
Alright, and change of atmosphere. We were back at my mom's because it was really difficult trying to put the bed together, which honestly, I don't even know whose bed is whose. Like, as high as this bed was that we were putting together, I feel like it might have been Thomas's bed and not Theo's bed, but I don't know. It was stressful. It was very stressful. Kids kept arguing, then trying to like do it before we lost the light, but then it was like things were slipping and sliding, and every time I put a screw in, then it wasn't the right way. The hose was the wrong. It was too much. So I gave up. What I did do though was I had bought an organizer from Aldi's, one of those acrylic drawer organizers from Aldi's. So I put that in the drawer and got like my little like my junk drawer together, like all these little miscellaneous things, like all the Allen wrenches that I've accumulated from putting furniture together, all the extra screws, all the extra little command hooks, like all that stuff. I put that together. But yeah, that was all that got done. All of it. Only thing that got done today. We'll try again tomorrow because I couldn't. And it was just, the metal pieces kept falling over, it kept clanging, and it was too much. Like, it was sensory overload, and I just had to escape. So, back at my mom's, making dinner right now. I was going to do, like, barbecue meatballs, and yeah, so far that's all I got. It's barbecue meatballs. Stop touching it. I didn't touch anything. I don't know what's going with the meatballs. Right now, all I have in my mind is barbecue meatballs. So.